Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Empyrean Galactic Survival with your currently refreshed Akeva. Now, I have a few questions for you as you, the viewer, and let me know in the comments what your response is, or what you think. My questions for you is, what weapon loadout is the weapon loadout for you when you play RE2? In other words, for example, when I do weapons loadouts, I prefer to take down the enemy shields and then use manual fire to get rid of them. Now, this is a tactic that worked well for me in RE1. So I'm working off of that, and I have a really bad feeling that that's just not going to work now. So, as a result, let me know in the comments what has changed in that aspect, because I'd like to learn. Next, I have another question for you. And that question is, do you often see any sort of redundancy in workshop builds that you subscribe to? Again, let me know. And the third question, is, are you having a good day? Because I sure hope that you are. Let me know in the again, let me know. Okay, now that that's done, today we are going to be working on the Shrike and converting it to RE2. Now, I have worked in the background on this for probably about 2 hours, and the first recording I did, it was too spicy for YouTube. In other words, I went on too many rants, and I didn't feel comfortable uploading it to the public. Anyways, if you're interested in actually seeing that, become a patron. You'll get access to that video and some others that I thought were too spicy for YouTube. For general audiences. Well, general, you know what I mean. So, yeah. Now, next point of business. This will go out on my Discord for a full 2 weeks from the time of this recording goes live before it will go out on Steam. So my Discord and YouTube communities will have a chance to download the EBP and play with it. So that is one of the perks of just joining my Discord, and there is a link below. Now, let's get started. So, let's go ahead and just spawn in a regular Shrike for comparison. So this is the Shrike from Vanilla. It is built for nose tanking and the spinny combat roll, which doesn't really work in Reforged, which I know. I know it doesn't work in RE2 very well. It is basically the same ship from an external standpoint. Great job falling and just ruining my shot there, ship. Great job. Now, if you have been watching my channel, you will know that Saturdays are going to be RE2 content. Me converting RE2 ships and maybe even building some RE2 ships. So, there's that. And I will be working on the Reaper. I believe I'll be working on the Reaper next weekend. It might get pushed back, but I will be finishing up the Reaper. I will be starting a Reaper conversion to RE2. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, the Reaper is... Cancel. The Reaper is this thing. Now, for those of you observant who just watched me in the blueprint library a few seconds ago, you will have noticed that there's another blueprint in there of the Reaper, and it has a name attached to it. Well, feel free to scroll back and see that. Anyways, so one of the users of Steam and who subscribed to this workshop blueprint let me know that, and yes, I know their name, and yes, it's listed in the Blueprint Factory, and no, I'm not saying it out loud because they have asked me not to draw attention to it, which I just did by admitting that. But anyways, they let me know that this is compatible with RE2 with some modifications, and it has the internal layout, and it has the layout to be great for RE2, or work with RE2. So as a result, they sent me an EBP, which you saw in the factory a few seconds ago, and I will be doing a conversion of this vanilla ship into RE2, and I will be making some changes to it and adding some other additions to it to improve the performance. I will be working... It's going to be a large project, so if you want to know just how big of a project that's going to be, well, take a look here. This is the Reaper, but the internals are completely stripped, and anybody who wants access to this EBP or this series of EBPs where the Reaper is in progress, I will give you access to those up to this version, which is version 10. Because versions 11 and 12 are where I finished up the interiors. So yeah, anyways, if you want access to these versions, just request them on the Discord, okay? I will provide them. They're the work in progress versions, and yeah, anyways. That's it for housekeeping. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this, and we can look at that later. Now, why is this thing out there? Why is the ping pong paddle, aka the Virkesh, out here? Well, I'll get to that at the end of the video. It's funny little story. And there's some practical learning to be had there, so yeah, don't worry about it. So, we're going into the internals here. The Shrike here has an internal with some crew. I need to change that around a little bit. As you can see here, everything is pretty much separated and blast resist or chain reaction resistant. Now I don't know if these CPU extenders chain react or not, so let me know in the comments, because, or stick around and watch me use a debug gun and check myself if I remember. Yeah, I might completely forget. So yeah, on the internals here, I have switched out. I've done a lot of changes to the internals. I've switched out... I'm struggling to remember exactly all I've done. I have removed... Well, how about I just show you? That would be smarter, right? That would be smart. So this is the vanilla version. You've got your repair locker, you've got your mobile home stuff. It's fine. And down below, you have way too many ways to enter the ship, if I'm at all honest, and I could probably get rid of that back one. That's meant for planets, so yeah, anyways. It's a mess. It's a cramped mess. I mean, it's a nice mess, but it's a mess. So, yeah. Yeah. And then on the externals, you'll notice that I have turrets such as artillery turrets. I have more turrets than the CPU will allow in RE2, so I had to trim those back a lot. I had to lower the amount of thrusters here. There is a block missing there, and I have a feeling that's on the live blueprint, so yeah. I'll make a note of that, but for now, yeah. So, on this one, it's meant to be upgradable. The Shrike will be meant to be upgradable, and it would be help if I do this when I have Symmetry Plane turned on. Because that would be smart. Then again, I don't always pretend that I'm smart. I don't always pretend to be smart. Anyways. I have lowered the amount of thrusters here so that you can add more based on what CPU you want to add to it. There are Yeah, I'm turning that music down just a little bit, because it's blaring in my ears. I don't know if that's coming through on stream or not, or on recording or not, but it is what it is. Now, there are some upgrade slots here for more artillery or manual fire weapons, whichever ones you choose. And this is just here to look good, if I'm at all honest, but it also covers up the decoy generator here, which draws fire away from the main generators. And yeah. So next, I'm a little bit over CPU, and I don't know how much that's going to affect the ship, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that turret and that turret. Now, there are no better alternatives for dealing with drones, so, I mean, whatever, you can retask the laser turrets to deal with drones, it's fine. And that puts me about 10k over, roughly, a little bit more than 10k over. So, let's go on to the internals. Now, I don't want these thrusters here. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of those. And I'm just going to put Xeno and Combat Steel here, because, well, yeah. You know what? I'm just going to put Hardened Steel there. It's fine. So we're going to copy that block, I believe. Yeah, that block will work. Now, what I can do here, if I was so inclined, is... Sorry, just had a brain fart doing something, figuring something out to do. So, undo. Okay, I guess that won't work there. So what I could do is put an antenna here. Now, I don't know what antennas add to the ship other than just looks good and resource costs. So, if there is a utility use for these antennas, let me know in the just let me know. Also, after this recording goes live, I will be in the Discord to chat. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. And I'll stick around to chat with anybody who has questions or comments, or if you want to show me something, feel free to do so. I don't mind at all. I like chatting with you guys. So that is good to go, and I don't like that antenna personally. So let's go ahead and replace it with something that I do like. Will that one work? Nah, that doesn't. That one? I prefer this one. I mean, I use it a lot, but I mean, I prefer it. So let's go ahead and do that. And since we have symmetry plane turned on, it causes issues. So let's go ahead and turn off symmetry plane. And rotate that again. Let's just color it. There we go. Got some antennas there. Now that will help. I said that'll. That's bad. That will help with a lot of the incoming fire. Now, what I can do is I can put another couple of fuel tanks here. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll just put 2 more fuel tanks there to add it to the overall. Okay. That is looking good. Now, one issue that I do have, and I'm not happy about this, is where the heck are you going to put the aux cores? I don't know. I just don't know. What I'm thinking is that I could retask this area, because you've got the thrusters there, and I could retask. Let's do that. Let's retask this back area. Put symmetry plane back on. Where is the generator? It's on the lower section, so let's retask this area where these thrusters are. Since, yeah, anyways, copy that, remove those. So we're just going to put that there, and then we're going to retask this area for ox cores. So one thing that I can do here that I wanted to do with the initial build, and I didn't really get the chance, is shape that differently, because I didn't get a chance to make this shape what I wanted it to be, so I used visual obfuscation techniques where this is, and just wasn't happy with it. It's all there is to it. Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and first off, before I do this any further, one thing that I want to do is set a symmetry plane for that. And the next thing that I want to do, because I want to preserve my eyes while looking at this, is just switch that over to white. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now I can see what I'm doing. And of course it double clicked. That's fine. So that is open, so you have a total of 4 slots here if I do this right. If I do this right, I'll be able to have 4 slots. That's wonderful. Now, I need to turn off that symmetry plane because, well, yeah. Why is that doing that? Undo, 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 and redo. Okay, are you going to stop? Thank you. Okay. So one mistake that I just made was, well, yeah, as you saw, using hardened steel where I didn't need to use hardened steel, which added more weight. So I'm going to just go ahead and copy that. That was hardened steel around that because, well, there was a thruster there. And I don't mind hardened steel being around there, but I don't want that here. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that there, and that one will be regular steel as well. Okay. So that's been changed. Let's go ahead and apply the texture I want to apply. Not that one. And here, not really sure what I want to do with that, but we'll see. Since that's not going to be on the leading edge, just going to do that. And then that. Huh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Well, does that create the symmetry plane? Why do you suck so much sometimes? Whatever. Undo. Turn off symmetry plane. And wait, undo. Oh, that does do fine. Okay. That does work fine. So let's just do that. And turn symmetry plane back on. Because I suck at this game, apparently. Okay. That's good. Now you have room in the back for aux cores. Now, I will need to do this. Now, these can be replaced later. I'm going to use the same block type that's meant to go here, because these can be replaced later. And what I'm going to do, because this area is going to need to be accessible for upgrades, is I'm just going to put these here. Stop double-clicking, mouse. I mean, come on. So I'm going to put those there. And then on the inside, I'm going to put an LCD that says aux cores. So we're going to open up this menu. I don't want the decals control unit. Thank you very much. And LCDs. And we're just going to put LCD here. LCD here. And we're going to go into it. And there's going to be a little mini LCD tutorial here. Okay. LCDs 101. Place down the LCD. Remove the text. And first off, either type in align equals center, right, or left. Now, the default is align equals, the default without you actually entering this text is align equals left. So it's normally aligned to left. Now, personally, I prefer to just do center. Next, we're going to do size forward, or open bracket, or open, that's not bracket, I don't remember what it's called. My brain is having a fart right now. That's fine. I'm having a brain fart. It's fine. So we're going to do size equals, I'm going to go with 50. And then on the line below it, I'm going to say aux core. And we're just going to do a shift enter, make sure to get rid of that. Now, as you can see, that's that. And now under this line, I'm just going to do size again equals, let's say 20. That'll work. That'll work. Now, I'm just going to put 2x aux cores room for 2x aux cores. Now let's change the text color to this. That way it's easier to see. We're going to change the width to 2 blocks because that's the space we're working on, and we're just going to change the height to 1.50 because, well, yeah. So next we're going to do the Z offset a little bit, which is the offset that goes out a little bit, and just showing it. It's not that I completely forgot. Anyways, so that X offset is down. We're just going to each for every, so 1 minus 1 or plus 1 will equal 1 block, how much it's moved. And then, so that's 0.75 block down, half a block down from its original position, yada yada yada. We're just going half a block. Next, I'm going to do half a block over, so it's centered in the middle. And that is done. Now, a nice little tip is you just copy this block. Just gonna copy it. And then you hit paste. Now, if you're doing mirror blocks on each side, this is a great way, a lovely way to save you a little bit of time with LCDs, okay? So, I need to move it. I don't really need to move it because I'm moving it back. So we're just gonna move it over 1. Paste it here again, and again you have that same LCD. You don't have to redo it. Contact the projector and just switch it over like that. And, well, I'm going to move it down a little bit more. So the Y offset, let's go down by 0.75. And then just do the same over here. There we go. And that way people can see it. Neat little thing about LCDs. Just a nice little neat tutorial about basic LCD coding. I hope you enjoyed. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the color of the ship back because, yeah, I want to see what this looks like. And I'm not going to shift it all the way back to black because, well, I prefer this. Now, there are some issues with the textures with these since the last... I don't know what's going on here, and I don't pretend to know what's going on with these models and why they're pink. But, they are pink. At least they're not the Unity, transparent texture. At least they're not the Unity no asset texture. That's sad. When you see that in the game, you know, it's just like, oh no. Get that feeling of just like, oh no, when you see that in the game. It's just like, no. Did I buy something that's broken? No, normally it just means that there's just a bug, and you need to report it, but I'm glad I'm not seeing that here. So, I'm going to remove just one of these, because it can be upgraded later. So, and that puts me within CPU by about 10k. So, I think that's going to be it for this one. And as I said before, this will be available on the Discord for Discord users. This is going to be a Discord exclusive for 2 weeks, and I will be uploading this after the video. And if you join the Discord, you can get access to this. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Remember to be kind to your fellow humans. And that's all I got today. Okay. Thank you to my patrons, JD Bruce, the Insane Aerospace Engineer. You guys help me out a lot and are the reason that I can do some extra things on the stream and keep improving, is because you give me some money. All the money that goes into this, all the patron money gets returned into the creative process, okay? That means I buy things that help me out with recording, whether it be new fonts, new fonts, things like that. I am planning on setting up a server for RE2. So if you guys want to help out with that, or would like to play on a GEI server, let me know. If you're interested, it will have some special settings. Block and shield penetration will be turned off, and if I can manage to do it, I'll double up CPU as well. I'll double the amount of CPU default. And the way I plan on doing that is either by changing the default amount of CPU blocks so that you have, for example, 4 basic extenders, 4 advanced extenders, and 4 improved, or whatever the amount is, and then aux cores will be doubled, and quants will be unlimited. Look, quants are a pain in the butt to get, and if you want to use them to cause havoc, go for it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Banshee out. And I will see you in Discord after this.